What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin Salty here today. We have another beautiful adventure here out on Little Salt. This time it's going to be right after Hurricane Milton. So if you guys watched my last video, it was going to be my update video on Hurricane Milton. I did like a little vlog style showing you guys how we made out here on the Treasure Coast of Florida and Fort Pierce, how the hurricane affected us. Make sure you guys go check out that video. But that being said, we just got our power back on today, dropped Little Salty back in the water, and we're going fishing after the hurricane to see what's biting. We also brought along a little addition over here. We got my blue crab trap. I figured we'd throw it in the water while we're fishing, see if we can get any blue crabs, and do a little catch and cook for you guys, little crab style. Let's head off and see what we can get ourselves into today. Ooh, it's a beautiful day out! Alright, so first up, before we get started fishing, we're going to go ahead and set our blue crab trap. So very simply, trap here, rope, a couple feet, and a buoy. And blue crab traps are one of those things where you don't really leave them overnight to check. You kind of check them more than one time a day. So what I'm doing is I'm coming out and doing this first. We're going to go out fishing around this area, periodically check the trap, and see how many crabs we can get in it. Now, as far as choosing a spot, I actually have fished here a bunch of times. This is where I caught the trout and came back again with some more live bait. I've caught a lot of fish here, but I did notice that there was a lot of seagrass around. There's a lot of it floating around the water, and also I could see it on the bottom. Crabs like to be in seagrass, and fish like to be in seagrass. Crabs like to eat fish, blah, 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 blah. You kind of get where I'm going. Another thing for crabbing, they like a lot of current. So the crabs, sometimes you just see them floating along in the current. So crabs like the current, so that is where we're gonna be. Last thing they like is structure. Right over here to my left, here we're gonna have some mangroves and we're gonna have a slow no wake line. So I think a combination of the current, the seagrass, the structure, all that kind of stuff is a recipe for some good crab action. And I love me some blue crabs. Bait choice is going to be anything stinky that you have in the freezer. So in our case, looks like we got a barracuda head and a chunk of a barracuda. So whatever stinks, you can throw it in the trap. You can throw chicken in the trap. They really like those oily fish, like the mullet and everything like that. So we're going to go ahead and throw our barracuda heads on in here and set it in next to this channel marker. Toss our trap in just like that. There we go. Now we're crabbing, just like that. If you're in the state of Florida, blue crabbing is one of those really simple things that anybody can do. Fun for the family, fun for the kids. Just make sure that they don't get pinched, because that's really easy to happen. There is a permit that you have to have that's completely free when you're buying your fishing license. Just buy a blue crabbing license. You can have up to 5 traps. You just got to make sure you pull them in daylight. You can keep any size down here in Florida. In New York, we had size regulations. The only thing you can't keep is egg-bearing females down here. So it's a fantastic way. If you get skunked fishing, you're really looking for that dinner, then you have a backup. You're doing a little bit of crabbing at the same time. I love crabs, so I'm stoked that we're gonna start doing some more crabbing here on the channel. Hopefully do some stoke crabbing soon, but I digress. Time to start fishing. And I'm hearing a lot of action over here, so I think we're gonna start cruising along the mangroves, tossing a little artificial action, see what we can get ourselves into. So first up with the artificial, we're gonna be throwing around this little swim bait here. It's a Z-Man's swim bait. Really interesting color, a little pink, a little green. Really, really cool looking. I love to experiment with some of these colors. I had a lot of success fishing up in New York, fluke fishing with these similar colors, the green and pink and everything like that. Doing a little jigging on the bottom for some fluke. So I figured I'd pick one up and try my hand here at some inshore fishing with this color. Because usually I go for more traditional colors like grays and tans and everything fishing down here for fluke, but I'm fishing for snook down here, so switch it up, see what we can get into. We're hooked up. Woo! Oh, we lost him. I think you saw him. Little snook right here, tossing it right into the corner of the mangroves. Hit on none other than our little pink and green swim bait. Let's go see if we can get another one out of this corner. I knew it, that corner just looked fishy. It looked good. Hooked up. Oh God, and we got waves coming. Woohoo! Tossing the swim bait next to the mangroves. Looks like we got a little Jack Crevalle here. Second fish of the day. Looks like the first one we're gonna be able to land after we get out of these waves of people flying through a no wake zone. Whew, this guy is bright yellow. Man, you guys see me catch quite a few Jack Crevalles here so far if you're keeping up. This guy is a very bright yellow color, and they get that way when they live most of their life inshore like this. Hooked barely just in the corner of the mouth, just like that. He goes free. Swear to you, this only happens on the days that you don't bring a cast net. Look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of mullet. Hopefully you're all able to see that. Look at all the freaking mullet here. This only happens on a day that you do not have a cast net. The mullet run is alive and well. I was questioning after the hurricane if they would have disappeared or something like that, but this little cut we found over here, the current is absolutely ripping through here, and it is so loaded with bait and fish. Now the hard part is that we're fishing artificial today, and with this much live bait around, very hard to fool the fish, but we're sure as heck gonna try. We're hooked up. We got a little snook on. No! We lost another little snook. Oh man. Try to do the camera at the same time as catch a snook. This cost me 2 snooks now. But they're both small, both about this big, but still it'd be nice to get them to the boat. But there is just so much life going on over here. I was hoping to get into something a little bit bigger soon. Holy cow, we just lost another snook. 0 for 3 on snook. All 3 of them small. All 3 of them jumping next to the boat and losing them. Oh, this is wild. Well, we've certainly seen a lot of fish here today and hooked into some smaller fish, but nothing too impressive. So I'd say a little over an hour has passed since we dropped in that crab trap. So I'm thinking now is a good time, since we are right around the corner from it. Let's go pick it up. Let's see how it's doing, see if we got any crabs so far. And then we're gonna pick up, move, change locations to see if we can get ourselves on some bigger fish. All right, y'all, so since the fishing has not been that good, let's hope the crabbing's good. I haven't done crabbing in a while, so I'm pretty excited here. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, we're absolutely empty. That's not a great sign. Since the day's almost over, it's after 6 o'clock. We're just gonna toss it back out in the same spot, see if we can get anything while we're fishing again, but not looking good for the crabs either. We're hooked up. Some fish started jumping on the surface. And all that commotion cast it out towards it. Now we're hooked up to what I think is another Jack Crevalle. Yep. Whew. You know what? It feels good to get a quick rod bend in. It's been a minute since our last fish. Okay. Nice little fish. Nothing huge. Not like that giant Jack Crevalle we got the other day at the inlet. There he goes. Looks like we got a whole bunch more of Jacks schooling up over here. Hey, they're here, might as well have fun with them, right? Oh shoot, we lost that one. They're kind of just blowing up all over the surface over here. And we got a beautiful sunset coming up here tonight. Oh, there we go. Whoo, it hit me unexpectedly. That was sweet. Oh, man. Always a respectable fight these guys put up, that's for sure. No matter their size. There he goes. Good thing about fishing artificial, fix up your swim bait, throw it right back out. You don't gotta worry about hooking up another bait or anything. And you never know, there might be something else swimming along these jacks. Maybe a snook, maybe a ladyfish, tarpon, cross your fingers. If we're really lucky. Hooked up. Looks like a, oh, big old ladyfish. Whoo, oh shoot. kind of sad we didn't get him actually, because I wanted to take him home tonight. We wanted to make fish fritters, and the salty fan's been asking for fish fritters for a long time, and keep telling him the next ladyfish I'll get, I'll keep him, bring him home, make some fritters. But ladyfish are hard to land. It's a very challenging fish to land. You never hook them well, and they jump and they spit hooks like a freaking tarpon. Haha! Instant hookup on the next cast. Swim bait touched the water, instantly hooked up. I think it's another lady. Whoo! Oh, woohoo! There we go. Oh, that's awesome. That's why they call them a poor man's tarpon, is because they behave just like tarpon do. Take off hard runs, jump, spit hooks, and break hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the ladyfish. Here's our ladyfish. Let's get him in. Oh yeah, in the freaking bucket. Y'all, we have a catch and cook today. Ladyfish fritters, woo! Salty fam is gonna be happy about this one, I can tell you that. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Not exactly that good quality trophy fish that you're always after at the inshore fishing, but hey, when I'm out here and I'm tossing around my swim bait and it's just getting pop, pop, pop right on top of the surface like that, I mean, there's nothing more that you want than a fisherman to rip some drag, bend some rods. I mean, that's exactly what you want, and to do it on artificial. You really can't ask for more than that. It's a freaking beautiful day here. We got power back on from Hurricane Milton. We're good. We're having fritters tonight. In case y'all have not seen a ladyfish, here's what they look like. He's about to poop all over the boat, so I'm getting him in the bucket. This is what we're gonna make our fritters with. Whoo! We are hooked up again. Oh my God, to another ladyfish. I didn't get it on camera, but he took off so fast when I first hooked up to him. I think we're gonna keep this one too for the fritters. 2 is gonna be plenty though. Oh man, oh, I wish I got that on camera. He dug straight out, ran hard. Honestly, I thought it was a really big fish for a minute there because how hard he ran. All right, let's get him in the boat because he's probably gonna spit this hook soon. Get in the bucket, get in the bucket. Oh shoot, he's in the boat, get in the bucket. Ah, we got a ladyfish in the boat. Oh my God. Oh, he's everywhere, he made a mess. Oh, dude's pooping everywhere. I got poop all over my feet. All right, well that is definitely all the ladyfish we're keeping. 2 in the bucket. That'll be plenty to feed all 4 of us. Dr. Salty's coming home today. That means you guys will see Dr. Salty on the cooking portion of today's video, but it's getting late, so we're probably not gonna be cooking those tonight. We're probably gonna cook them tomorrow, so we can get the stuff from the supermarket and all that kind of stuff, but we'll show you guys how we're gonna make this and all. We're gonna keep casting around here, having a good time because the fish are biting. Why leave? Having a blast. I think it's time to head back to the dock. Look at this, guys. It literally does not get better than this. Wish I could stay out a little bit longer, but if we go out at dusk to back to the dock, no CMs will eat me alive. So we're heading back a little bit earlier than sunset. Gonna take these fish back. It's gonna be a beautiful run back. Now you guys are gonna wanna make sure that you stick around for the flaying portion of this video because these fish are very different than a lot of other fish that you fillet. It's not a traditional fillet. And there's a technique that you're definitely going to want to use if you're going to be trying to make your own fish fritters. So make sure you guys stick around for the flaying portion today. And then we'll be in the kitchen, but I'll see you guys at the flay table. 2 ladyfish here ready to be filleted up. Alright, so the reason why I am showing you guys how to fillet these fish is because they're really like no other. So they're going to have really soft meat, which is going to make it really difficult, but we're going to start off filleting it by like any other fish. Kind of get down to its backbone right there. Run right behind the skin along the backbone. Now, since the meat is so soft, it's best to make sure you ice this down. Maybe leave it overnight like we just did. That way you get it as cool as possible. That way it's as firm as possible. We're just going to go ahead and run our knife down the ladyfish spine. Work it down the backbone. Slab it off. There we are. There's our fillet of the ladyfish. I kind of learned from the last time I did it. The last time I tried to fillet it like adding other fish and slowly make my way along the backbone there, but better off just to cut it in half, slab it down. So I kind of forgot to descale it. It makes it a little bit easier. I'll probably do it for the next one there, but you end up with little scales along the meat, but that's okay. We just kind of pick them right off. Now this is going to be the weird part. You're going to be using a spoon here to get the meat off of the fillet. Very easily, you're just going to run your spoon down the fillet just like that, getting the meat off of the fish. This is going to be a really weird concept. Trust me, I know. I've only done this one other time making fritters. And it was a little freaky the first time, but let me tell you, these guys are delicious when you cook them right. And look at that. You just get a big old spoonful of meat, clean white meat. Looks really good actually. It's just a consistency that's a little creepy, and this consistency makes really good for making fritters. Now these ladyfish have tiny little bones, and when you use this method using the spoon, it's just going to allow you to get all the meat without getting any of the bones. It's going to scrape them right off of there, so you really can't fillet this like a traditional fish. And this is what the skin is going to look like after you're done spooning all the meat off. So you can see it kind of just looks a little strange, I won't lie, but they scrape most of the meat off with the spoon. I mean, it looks like good white meat there of a fish. Like I said, it's just a weird consistency, but if you know how to cook with it, it can be really delicious. So the rest of this is going to be catfish food. Me and Slinger Salty are going to go ahead and bang out the other side of this fish along with the other ladyfish, and we'll see you guys in the kitchen for the cooking portion of today's video. Welcome back to the kitchen, guys. Today we are cooking up some fish fritters, something that the Salty fam has been asking me to make again for a while. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna have our fresh veggies here first. So we got some celery, green bell pepper, we got red and orange bell peppers right over here. We're gonna have some green onions, some fresh parsley, and of course, we got our fish over here for you. There's our fresh ladyfish ready to go for our fritters. And over here at the seasonings area, we're gonna have black pepper, we're gonna have salt, thyme, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika. And for our flour base, we're gonna be using half flour, half cornstarch. Also forgot we got an onion and some jalapenos to add to our veggies there for our fritters. So we got everything ready to go here in the bowl. So we ended up doing a heaping half cup of a lot of our vegetables, but we did a little bit less of a half a cup of the jalapeno because didn't want it to be too spicy there, and the parsley. So we did a little bit less than half a cup for those. Everything else was over half a cup, just a little bit over. Then we added all of our seasonings I showed you all before. We did about 1 teaspoon, once again a little heaping teaspoon because of how much ladyfish we have here today. Added that all in, cracked 1 egg. Now we're gonna mix it all together. Now with the consistency of this ladyfish, it's just gonna make it really easy to just mold it around and to mix it all together with everything. That's why the mushier consistency of a ladyfish works perfectly to make these fish fritters. go ahead and add in our equal parts of flour and cornstarch. This is gonna be just over half a cup of each. So we're gonna probably add it about half at a time. So I'll add the first half, mix it all around. All mixed together. Look how beautiful our conch fritters are looking there. So last step here before they go in the oil, we got a little buttermilk here coming in by Mama Salty. Keep pouring, about 4 seconds of pouring. That's good. We'll start with that. You want to come around so you can see inside the bowl. We're gonna start mixing our buttermilk in there. It's totally gonna be eyeballing for consistency with the buttermilk. But these fritters are looking real good. And opposed to the last time that I made them, where we had balls of conch fritters like traditional, I've seen people make patties instead. And I think we're gonna give that a shot actually. They seem pretty good. I think it'll cook a little bit better, a little bit more even with a little bit flatter patties. So that's what we're gonna be going for here today. All right, we got 6 little patties here ready to go. Perfectly formed. I think these are gonna be absolutely delicious. I'm just gonna carefully lay them right in the oil. There we go, we got all 6 in. Now we're just gonna wait till they start to float a little bit and they'll have that golden brown color. And we'll know they'll be good to go. Probably about 5 minutes in total, I'd say, but we got a lot more patties to make. So if you come in and take a look, they're all floating now. They got a beautiful golden brown color with a nice crisp on the outside. Looks absolutely delicious. Go ahead and get them on a plate with a paper towel and start cooling off. It was about 6 minutes and we were just periodically flipping them around so they cook nice and evenly. Oh, these look absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing. Very happy with this idea to do the patties so far. I mean, obviously we'll see how they taste, but they've cooked beautifully. To pair with our fish fritters here, I made a really simple sauce that honestly can go with pretty much any seafood that you make. It's just gonna be 3/4 a cup of mayo, 1/4 of a cup of ketchup, and a hot sauce of your choice to taste. Really delicious. Pairs really nicely with any seafood. Very easy go-to sauce for anything you're gonna make. Look how absolutely delicious this plate of fish fritters looks. You guys remember that weird looking ladyfish that was on that fillet table that me and Senior Salty were spooning off of the fillet? Well, that is what it turns into. Looks delicious. Let's go ahead and dive into it for a little taste test. Go ahead, get a little of our sauce on in there. Looks beautiful. Come in nice and close. Looks really, really good. Cheers, you guys. Besides one little bone, absolutely delicious. Let's go in for another bite, hopefully no bones in this one. Oh man, that was a good patty. Check out the cross section of that patty right there. Really, really delicious. You get a really good crunch with all those peppers and onions and everything that are in it. Matched with this sauce, tops off nicely. Jalapenos in the sauce add a little heat. That is one good patty right there. Well, that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Let me know if you guys try making this yourselves. Let me know how you like the recipe down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Definitely consider subscribing down below. I'm gonna go ahead and link another catch and cook video I think you guys are really gonna like over here on the left side of the screen. Thank you again for watching, and until my next video, remember to keep living salty.